There we go. We're live. We're recording.
So I'll kick off and say hello, Susan. Is that the best way to go?
I think so.
Hi. Yep. Hi, I'm Bob McKenna, the VP of Development, your Coast Guard Academy Alumni Association, proud partner with the Parents Association, and congratulations to Kate and the rest of the team for putting on a really great program this Parents Week. As a parent of a 2023 student, young Jack McKenna, it's great to see so much content and really just amazingly overcoming kind of the barriers that COVID has put ahead of us. So joining me from the association is Susan Kenyon. Susan, you want to say hello?
Hi, everyone. I'm Susan Kenyon. I'm Director of Major Gifts and Stewardship, and I work with the parents on all things fundraising. So welcome to Parents Week, and we're so happy to be here to support you.
So I know we've got a kind of a little bit of a background presentation here, and then going to kick it over to Lila. Kate, did you want to introduce anybody, or did you have anything before we jump into it?
No, I just hope that everybody pays close attention and does a looking for their Waldo cadet in the pictures and understands how valuable the work is that the organizations perform and produce for the Academy. They need our support, and we are a family. We're stronger together. That means everybody needs to, be stronger together as a group. That's it.
Yeah, that's great, Kate. Thanks so much for that intro. And yeah, it is fantastic. I'm an alum. I graduated in '89. I should have mentioned that other than having a 2023 student, I have a son that graduated in 2016 as well, and was the admissions director here at the Academy for my last 4 years before I retired from active duty. So spent a lot of time as a cadet on the staff and as a parent, and it's amazing to me to see how much impact we've had together, to use that word, hopefully not overuse it too much, but the work between the Parents Association and the Alumni Association and the transformations that we've made have been incredible. And you can see here with the next slide, just the history of really
Bob is muted.
Bob is muted. It doesn't look like I'm muted. You
Yep,
can't hear me?
you're back.
Okay. Yeah, so the philanthropic history of the association, it has grown geometrically, really. As you can see here, we kind of went into a nonprofit status and started to really look at giving back to the Academy back in '72, '04 and '06. Probably really some of the first noticeable impacts with doing work on the football field, the first artificial turf there, and the lower fields as well. Doing some work to create the press boxes, started to kind of put the association into the mindset, but that we can really do some pretty meaningful things. The next biggest project was actually building the Alumni Center. It is a fully alumni funded project, and it's a great asset to have, not just for our alums, but for the cadets. They come down to the center quite a bit, and it's great to see the cadets come down there. It's a little bit of an oasis sometimes for them. As you can see, in 2005, also Dr. Jim Tyler established an endowed chair. I believe it was the first endowed chair that we had at the Academy, and it's focused on leadership. And I think if you talk to your students about what the IFL has done, it's just incredible how they've professionalized the leader development training at the Academy. '06, we gave more than $1 million back to the Academy. And this past year, we gave back nearly $5 million. So the amount of growth, like I said, has been incredible. I'll talk about it a little bit more in detail later on, but the association launched our largest campaign in between 2007 and 13 to replace the 4 Luder 44-foot sailboats with 8 new L44s. It's just an incredibly impactful project that I will leave for a little bit later. I have a slide on that. And then also in 2014 to 18, Certainly the largest campaign that we had was a campaign to raise $30 million. We reached that goal with nearly $33 million. And just like the L44s, the All Present campaign was not successful without the support from the parents. And again, I'll talk about that, as well as the campaign that we're currently in now, well, actually, we got to update this slide, $21 million campaign to build the Maritime Center of Excellence. And so, yeah, we'll just advance to the next slide, Susan, if you don't mind.
So for the parents of the 2024s that may not know, the L44 is every second class cadet when they have the cadre year, they actually go on them. So it directly benefits the cadets that are here right now. And it's a pay it forward from the parents before us to allow that to happen. That's it.
Yeah, it's a great point. I'll certainly even overemphasize that when we get to that slide as well. Kate, thanks for teeing that up. And is that me or you, Susan?
That's me.
Okay, we'll keep trucking along here. Hopefully we don't run out of battery. Yeah, so
I'm gonna have to move it.
Yeah, long history of support between the Alumni Association and the Parents Association, providing just incredible benefits back to the academy, back to the cadets. Thanks to the endowments and just other giving, approximately $50,000 a year from the Parents Association that goes back to support the cadets. And as you can see here, there are two endowments, and Kate, again, great point. When you talk about paying it forward and standing on the shoulders of those that came before you, you can see it right here in pretty clear terms. The endowments that were created, the Cadet Activity Endowment and the Transportation Endowment, over $300,000 each. And those two combined kicking off $24,000 back to the Corps cadets, just incredibly impactful over time. And then, where does that money go to? It goes to make cadets who don't smile all the time smile for pictures like these, whether it's the Bearfest picnic, some of the formal dances, and other morale events. It is amazing to me how hard the students work here. Again, working over in admissions and having a couple of kids of my own here, I truly appreciate how hard they work. And so when you see the opportunity to brighten up their faces with these types of events, and hopefully you as parents know that you're having that direct impact on your students' lives. So it's just great. And then, trying to create creatures or trying to create some of those comfortable places within the barracks. From time to time, it runs down and needs to be, have some new life breathed into it. And that's exactly what the Parents Association did. It was about $35,000, at least somewhere around there, raised in a relatively short amount of time to dress up the day rooms. They are mini oases within Chase Hall for the cadets to go into and hang out and get out of the normal routine, whether it's listening to some music, watching some TV. They're always studying. It is amazing to me, no matter where you go around campus, if there's a couple of cadets, typically they're studying, eating, or taking a nap. But again, just a great impact in terms of what the day rooms, that fundraising project from the Parents Association just a few years ago.
Can I jump in for just a second? So
Sure.
because there's a lot of new parents, every company has a day room. That's where the refrigerator is. That's where they can congregate and eat. That's where they get to watch TV. And the reason we found out that the day room furniture needed to be replaced is that when Captain Wester was commandant of cadets, he actually went into the day room and came to us and said, it's the same furniture that was there when I graduated, however many years ago that was. And he said, I think it needs to be updated. And we said, absolutely. And I think it was 2.5 months we raised the $35,000 to replace the day room furniture. because the cadets deserve a place to relax, and we support that. That's it.
Yeah, and again, that's it. You know, when the students are away, and you can't always be there for them. Taking on projects like that, and just the immediate impact that they had. You're absolutely right, Kate. They were great projects. This is just another feature that comes out of cadet activities. Every summer, towards the end of swap summer, the new class gets matched up with the sponsor, with their sponsor parents. I've been to a few of these, once as a cadet, and then a few times as a sponsor parent. And it's just amazing to see kind of how this takes place. And I think, like many things, when you do something over a meal, or with the gift bags and those types of things, it just makes it much more special. That initial kind of bond that the sponsor cadet gets with the sponsor family, really helps make that program successful. And this reception, which is paid for in part through the Cadet Activities Fund, which is supported by the Parents Association. Again, you can tell, you just see the smiles on people's faces, and the lifelong impact that sponsor families have with their sponsor cadets. It's just great. And I think the next one, transportation. If the cadets get a chance to get away, they love to get away from Chase Hall and do all kinds of things, whether it's surfing, going on field trips, or whatever the case is. So even back when Cadet 4th Class McKenna was here in 1985 and 86 as a SWAB, those cadets are still or the vans, I should say, are still as valuable now as they were then, just to help them get, kind of get away from the place a little bit, unwind, and do some fun activities. Again, another amazing impact. So I think our next slide is the L44. Kate, you mentioned this. This is just an incredible program. If you talk to your sons and daughters, their second class summer, they go on the Coastal Sail Training Program, which they spend 2 weeks on these amazing L44s, 44-foot sailing yachts. There's 8 of them. Back when, prior to 10 years ago, there were only 4 of these L44s. So that meant that only half the Corps cadet got to go on this 2-week leadership experience. And if you talk to, and maybe Kate or some of the parents with older cadets, I think 99 out of 100 will tell you that the cadet or the Coastal Sail Training Program is the best experience that they've had at the academy. Thanks to the Parents Association, the Coast Guard Foundation, and our alums, we were able to double the fleet of 4 looters by creating a fleet of 8 leadership 44s, where every single cadet gets to go through this incredible leadership experience. And that was, I'm pretty sure that was the biggest fundraising effort, single fundraising effort for the Parents Association back then, to donate that $1 million. It just, again, I think the results speak for themselves in terms of how powerful the impact was from that program. And then the All Present campaign, as I talked about, was our largest campaign at the time. $32 million or $30 million goal. We exceeded that goal with $32.7 million. And instead of listening to me, we're going to listen to Admiral Allen do a voiceover of what the All Present campaign was all about.
Defending America's shores, protecting the homeland, being the guardians our nation deserves. How do you know what it takes? What it truly takes? Well, you have to go through it first. As alumni, we've been through it. As parents or Academy friends, you've seen those you love go through it. And while our paths have taken us in many directions, each of us strengthened the long blue line together to produce the leaders of character our nation needs. We know it takes the highest quality intellectual, military, athletic, and leader development. To accomplish this mission, we need to surround cadets in the best environments and world-class facilities. For the Corps, for the Academy, for the Coast Guard. Together, we take the responsibility to ensure we are all present.
Yeah, that Admiral Allen, he's pretty good. So during the All Present campaign, as I said, we raised over $32 million. Very successful. 44 of
Defending
our
America's
classes, 44 of our classes were contributed from anywhere from small to very large gifts. Some of the classes that were over $1 million. 8,800 total donors. 2,500 donors were first time, so that was really successful for us. And one of the things that we're going to talk about, that I know Lyle is going to talk about, is a big part of our success in the campaign, and one of the most critical cornerstone projects was the Emlyn Tunnell Cadet Strength and Conditioning Center, in which the parents pledged $1 million. It's the last of the projects to be completed, but just to show you a few that we did complete, the Leamy Student Center is just you can see the before and after pictures. Picture says 1,000 words. 4 pictures here, I guess say 4,000 words in terms of just the complete overhaul transformation of this space. You see the pictures on the left, the before, and that is what it looked like. Literally, you would go in there and it was dark, dank. Nobody was ever in that space. You see the right-hand pictures, the after, and that is what it looks like. I've been through there, especially now that we've finally got the cafe open and the Starbucks, and there are always cadets down there hanging out on laptops, watching TVs, studying, or just hanging out. And it's just really incredibly impactful. And I think if you talk to the students, you'll hear how much they really enjoy and appreciate that. And then let's go the next slide if we could. And just continuing on to provide some more space and some more resources for the cadets to hang out and relax. If you remember the balcony on by the up behind the ballroom that overlooks the lower fields, again, that was something that was underutilized. No furniture or anything out there. So thanks to the class of 61 and some other folks, we were able to outfit Leamy Balcony, renamed it Steel Beach. Steel Beach is a tradition on cutters where you hang out either on the fantail of the flight deck and for a picnic, or just laying out in the sun, depending upon where your cutter is at the time. So hence Steel Beach. But again, this was created as a place for the cadets to hang out and enjoy, and they're doing just that. So it's really great to see how much that space is being used. So I think, as you can see, our efforts have gotten bigger and bigger over time. The next big one coming in the fall of 2020 is to replace Pine Hall, which is an extremely old building down on the lower campus, right in the middle of our waterfront. There's been just incredible investment. We talked about the L-44s. It was a $10 million campaign all in. The Academy's invested over $25 million of infrastructure repairs, to creating new piers, the new causeway out to Jacobs Rock, some rehab to the sailing building out at Jacobs Rock, and a few other critical elements. But in the middle of that, you've got this decrepit old building known as Pine Hall. So the vision, as you can see, for the Maritime Center of Excellence is to provide a facility that we can be proud of as alum, as parents and friends of the Academy, knowing that our sons and daughters are serving in the world's best Coast Guard. They need the world's best facilities, and this facility will do just that. It'll be able to take care of the new L-44s. Right now, Pine Hall cannot accommodate L-44s in the boat bay, so they can't do maintenance year round on those boats. The new building will allow us to house 2 L-44s in the facility. It will also include a 2,000 square foot science and engineering innovation lab, a state-of-the-art classroom, pardon me, and a welcome center that will also double as a seminar space. And you know, the linkage that we're going to have, not just within the campus. We're calling it our maritime front door. We want this to be something where we invite the community in to give the cadets, staff, and faculty even more exposure to the surrounding communities. It's a great mentoring opportunity. Nothing gives me more joy to watch the cadets practice their leadership with themselves and when they're students, you know, younger students that are visiting from schools. So we see this space as a way to open our maritime front door and welcome the local community. So you'll be hearing, if you haven't already, you'll be hearing us talk quite a bit about the Maritime Center of Excellence. But as I mentioned, that you know that's a different campaign, and we are wrapping up the All Present campaign, and the last project on that campaign is the Emlyn Tennell Strength and Conditioning Center. So let's see here. Susan, are we ready to tee that up?
The Coast Guard Academy Alumni Association, with support from our Parents Association, is proud to present the new Cadet Strength and Conditioning Center. Situated in Rowland Hall, providing outstanding views of the Thames River and Academy waterfront, this nearly 8,000 square foot, two-level center will feature state-of-the-art strength and conditioning equipment, a warm-up sprint area, an athlete fueling station, and workspaces for the Academy strength coaches. The center will deliver a training space for the entire Corps of Cadets with our goal to improve the health and strength of cadets, enhance a culture of fitness, and produce ensigns who are sound in mind and body. The center will be named after a Coast Guard World War II hero, Emlyn Tennell, who was awarded one of the Coast Guard's highest awards, the Silver Life-Saving Medal, recognizing his selfless service while saving a drowning shipmate in 30-degree waters. After the war, Emlyn became the first African American to be drafted by the New York Football Giants in 1948. Emlyn went on to have a storied pro football career, and in 1967 was the first defensive player and first African American inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. Emlyn's legacy of strength and courage will live on in this facility and inspire our cadets to reach their full potential in the fields of play, in their careers, and in life.
So I'm going to bring in Lila Chang. I know Lila was driving home from work, so if she's able to join us, she's the mom of my son's classmate, Mariah Dewey, and Susan Kenyon, who is our director of major gifts and works with the parents on the fundraising efforts. Susan and Lila, do you guys want to go over the next steps?
Hi, this is Lila calling to you from my car. Sorry, I don't have video. So yeah, if you want to, probably the best, if you want to make the most impact for the biggest benefit for your cadets this year, it would be to donate to the Emlyn Tennell Strength and Conditioning facility. It's a facility that really is going to benefit every single cadet at the academy and not just the varsity athletes. So basically the inspiration for this new campaign, PFE 300. Everybody knows the perfect score on the PFE is a 300, and basically because the facility is going to be completed and ready to for the cadets to use when they return from Christmas break for spring semester. It would be really awesome if we could kind of get that whole thing paid off so that we can move on to other things. And we're so close to meeting our goal. Really, we only need to raise about $250,000 to pay it off. And basically that equates to just $300 per family. If we can get $300 per family from every class to donate, you know, we could reach our goal by the end of 2021. So, you know, that's what we're going to hope for, and that's what this campaign basically is all about. It's going to be a competition between the classes. similar to what we did last year for our Finish 2019 Strong. So we're hoping that will generate some friendly competition and more interest. The class that wins obviously gets bragging rights, and they'll also be treated to a free coffee in the brand new Starbucks cafe at the updated Leamy Center. Yeah, next slide. So this year we're doing something a little different. We're offering incentive gifts for your donations. So if you donate $300, you will receive a resistance exercise band with the PFE 300 campaign logo. If you donate $500, you will receive a history of the Coast Guard Academy book, which I believe was actually written by a former Coast Guard Academy cadet. And if you donate $1,000 specifically to the Emlyn Tennell Strength and Conditioning Center, you will be able to customize, engrave a brick that will be placed at the Alumni Center Plaza, you know, for everyone to see for years to come. Next slide. Yeah, so basically, you know, spread the word. We've got some great incentive gifts. The brick would be a great graduation gift for those 2021 graduates. And like I said before, I can't think of a better way to support all the cadets and to reach most of the cadets through you know, the support of this brand new facility.
Lila, can I jump in for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Susan, the bricks, will they be available by graduation?
Yes, they will.
So when we have an in-person graduation class of 2021 parents, you can take a road trip and walk down to the Alumni Plaza. Although if POTUS is there, I think it's going to be locked down. So we'll have to figure that out and see the brick that you've purchased as a part of the graduation gift for your cadet. And then for all of the families, the money that has been saved this year in your travel to the Academy for Parents Weekend can be repurposed for this very important cause. That's it.
And I'm showing you right now the link to the donation page. So if you go to cgaparents.org/PFE300, you can make your donation. You can view that video again, and you can have
The emails went out. The emails went out for Melissa. I just got it.
It should have hit you about now. And there's the leaderboard, so we can start to watch it progress. And then we have a heat map, so we can see who around the country is also making that donation. So chapters, you can get involved in this too, to show your pride, as well as the classes. I think that this is a really doable goal, and I'm so excited, and the cadets are going to be thrilled to have this facility to use when they get back in January. And while you're home, you can work out with your cadet, use that resistance band, do some push-ups and some sit-ups for the 1.5 mile run and some planks. You can all practice and get healthy together. But the parents, you can get a perfect score by just making that donation, $300. Does anyone have any questions for us?
I would just like to remind the class of 2021 parents that we won last year, and that's a trend that we should continue this year. I'm just saying.
And I'd like to remind the class of 2023 that we almost won last year. And I know we can do it this year.
Okay, so I'll remind the class of 2022 that we didn't even come close last year. So this is our year and we're going to do it.
So Molly, aren't you going to speak up for 2024? Well, so I will for 2024. While I wait for Molly, this is a challenge for you. The parents have been very involved, and this is a way to directly contribute to the success of your cadets at the academy. They have 2 PFEs a year, and they spend an awful lot of time working out. And currently, unfortunately, there's a waiting line for equipment, and that's why this was so needed. And it's beautiful and it's lovely, and our cadets deserve it. So, but it needs our support to finish this out. And Molly, if you want to jump in and challenge your 2024s.
And if you'd like to hear more about the project from the perspective of the athletic director, you could go back and watch Tuesday's Lunch and Learn that we put on the videos, as well as you go to cgaalumni.org/lunch and learn, and you can watch that video where Dan Rose talks about how important this is for all the cadets and for the athletes too.
Hey, Kate? Kate, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, sorry about that. I was just talking to my class of 2024 soccer player about the game. Yeah, so 2024, a lot of parents are excited about donating for this, so everyone's going to jump in. So go class of 2024.
All right, pressure's on for 2021. Come on now.
Okay, the gauntlet and the race is on. Okay, I think, thank you, everyone. Thanks, parents. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Lila. And we're so excited about bringing this facility to the cadets in January and helping us bring it home and finishing off this pledge. And we can all celebrate this together soon.
Yeah, thanks, Susan. Thanks, Kate and Parents Association team. It's like the L44s are just universally appreciated by the cadets. Just like the Student Center is universally appreciated by the cadets. I think you heard from the comments, and hopefully you're inspired by the visuals here. You know, we converted the old racquetball courts into what this facility is going to be. The windows opening up onto the Thames River, the state-of-the-art facilities. It really is going to be a game changer for the cadets, for each and every cadet, and that's the most amazing thing. So good job. Keep up the great work.
Yeah, and one final thing I'd like to add is, you know, there's very few fundraisers that you can donate to that directly affect your cadet now, today, presently. So, so it's a great thing, you know, it's a great thing we can do for our cadets now, and it will be a great thing, you know, that we can be proud that we were able to do for our future cadets as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Lila. Kate, any final words?
Go Bears.
All right, I guess we're signing off. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Karen, for recording, and we will look forward to this competition and seeing who has the bragging rights.
Okay, great. Thank you both.
You.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Have a great night.
Mhm.